Hey everyone, how's it going? Today we're going to be going over the Inno raised rail crossbar system with through feet for a 2019 Ford Flex. So roof racks are very versatile. They're definitely a great addition to your Flex here because they allow you to do a number of different things. Whether you like to get out on the water, you could easily throw a couple kayaks up there, or you have a large family and you're taking a road trip and you need more space. You could put a cargo box or a cargo basket. The possibilities are really endless here with this roof rack system. Now, one thing I would like to point out is that this is going to be designed for models that have the raised side rails. If you don't have the raised side rails, this one isn't going to work for you, but we do have a couple others that will. Now, in regards to weight capacity of our roof rack here, it's going to be 140 pounds distributed across both crossbars, which may not sound like a lot, but that's really going to be plenty no matter what you throw up here. As we said, a couple kayaks, a loaded cargo box, or a loaded cargo basket shouldn't have any issues at all with this weight capacity. Now, you will see on each of our 4 feet that we actually have a locking end cap. Now, what this is going to do is this is actually going to stop you from accessing the mechanism that will allow you to remove the roof rack from the vehicle here. So that's going to be this thing here. You can tighten and loosen this to remove the strap. Therefore, when we have our locking end cap in place and locked to the vehicle, you're not going to be able to remove the roof rack. So you don't ever have to worry about someone coming up here and taking your roof rack off your vehicle. So if we take a look in the center of the crossbar at the top, you're going to notice that we actually have integrated channels here. So integrated channels, these are great. This is probably a newer technology that came about over the last few years or so. Roof rack accessories, they use these because they're much easier to install as opposed to the wraparound clamps. So not every accessory has the channel capability, but there are a lot out there that do, and then you're going to be able to utilize them with this rack here, and it's going to make for a much more simpler installation of your favorite rooftop accessories. So as far as the crossbar length goes, it's actually 2 different options. We have the 54-inch crossbars installed on this vehicle here. There's also an option for 57-inch long crossbars that give you a little bit more space. Now, if you're not sure which one to choose between, it's really going to come down to what accessories you're going to be carrying. The shorter crossbars look a little bit better, but they don't give you as much crossbar space. So if you guys are just using this for maybe one bike, one kayak, a single cargo box, or a single cargo basket, I'd probably opt for the shorter bars. But if you guys are trying to fit as much stuff as you can up on the roof, maybe you need a cargo box and a bike rack, 2 kayaks, I would opt for the longer crossbars. As far as the installation goes, it's very easy on this vehicle for the models with the raised side rails. There's really only a couple steps. You put your mounting feet onto the crossbar, your crossbar onto the roof, then you tighten them down. You don't need any additional tools. Everything is built into the mounting feet, which is really nice. I know a lot of the other roof racks require these tools that you have to keep track of. So having everything integrated into the feet here makes for a very simple and fast installation. If you guys want to remove these when you're done and store them inside the garage area there, it's very easy to do that. As we said, it doesn't take much time at all. So one thing we need to make note of is when we're installing our crossbars in the vehicle that we have them positioned correctly, because there actually is a right and left hand side. They're printed on the end cap on the inside there. If you just pop it up, you'll see R for right, L for left, and another way we can look at it. So these are kind of be shaped like an airplane wing. The fat part is going to go towards the front of the vehicle. The skinny taper down part is pointed towards the rear. So now we'll go ahead and get our mounting feet on. So we're going to take one of our mounting feet here, and this little tab is going to line up with this hole in the bottom there. So just place that in there. Then it's going to sit down, and if you just slide it up, it's going to lock into place into position here. So this goes without saying, but we do want to make sure that the mechanism is pointed like this. So this outside is going to be facing the outside of the vehicle, where it sort of tapers down to the inside. So you can kind of see here the strap is going to start on the inside there and hook around to the outside. So let's go ahead and get both of these mounting feet on here. And once we do that, we're ready to install it on the vehicle. So now we've got both sides installed here. We're going to go ahead and place this on the vehicle here. Now we've already got our front crossbar assembly installed, so we're going to be installing this one on the rear here. In regards to the spacing, this is going to be sort of dependent on what accessories you're carrying. Some of those accessories have a specified crossbar spread, which is what they're referring to, the center of the front bar to the center of the rear bar. So make sure you just go ahead and check out the instructions of what we're going to be carrying so we can have the correct crossbar spread. Now, if you have an extra set of hands, that can kind of help you balance it over there, but it's still pretty easy to do with one person as well. Make sure the strap here goes underneath the bar. And you can kind of see how the mounting feet just kind of fit into position there on the top of the rails. So we've got our crossbars where we want them. The next thing we're going to address is the crossbar overhang. So the amount of bar that sticks past the mounting feet on either side here. You just want to make sure it's the same between those. So go ahead and just measure from the end of the foot here to the outside edge of the bar. And just make sure it's the same on both sides. It is on a track here, so you can easily slide it between one side and the other. Once you have that set, the next thing we're going to move on to is this little strap here, which actually connects the roof rack crossbars here to these side rails. Now you can see here, I can't quite pull it to line up with the hooks. There's a knob here that lines up with the two hooks, and I don't have enough slack. So what we need to do is we're going to take this little lever up top here, and we're going to begin loosening that until we're able to pull our strap and hook it into place. So there we go. Now that we have it in place here, I'm actually going to be tightening the same little lever we were just messing with here to snug up our connection here. Now you don't want to over tighten it. Just get it hand tight and then maybe another quarter of a turn or so. We don't want to deform the rails or anything. And if you want, you can actually go ahead and just move the crossbar some to see if you can shake it, get it to slide. If you do, you'll probably need to tighten it down another turn or so, but if not, you're good where you're at. Now once we've got the other side tightened down as well, we're ready to install our end cap. So these are just going to slide over there like so, and then we actually can just turn the key to lock it in place. That's going to stop it from being pulled back out. So we need to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side as well. Now with both sides on, that's going to do it today for our look and installation of the Inno raised rail through feet crossbar system here on a 2019 Ford Flex.